Hey, welcome back, everybody. The players just went through the gelatinous cube that was keeping Itchy prisoner, and now I believe we're doing a bunch of investigation checks, aren't we?
Yep.
Go ahead, Itchy. I know you wanted to first.
Yeah, I want to look for anything useful and possibly my equipment.
Okay.
And that is a big old one. Natural one.
You don't see anything that stands out. It looks like this room is pretty barren except for tools. Like I told you, surgical implements. Uh, that one journal that he found, the alchemy set, the table, the dead gelatinous cube. There's also the other door. There was three doors in the room total. One led to your room, one led out of the chamber that they came in, then another door that y'all haven't checked yet. But this does give you a good place, like I said before, to take that long rest that y'all need. Would y'all like to do that here?
Do that there, and then we can look.
Dude, I'm asleep.
All right, so let's assume you go ahead, Slade.
Yeah, I was going to do an investigation looking for 4 specific items:
Okay.
brimstone, guano, charcoal, and lead.
Make a roll, brother.
Yeah, that would be a grand total of 5.
You don't find anything in here. There's a lot of alchemical things, even though you were part of the guild, that you've never seen before. Over by the table where he found those weird potions.
Okay, can I gather up some of the cube to use it for raw material and try to boil up a vial of acid while we're sleeping?
It won't be very effective because there's a bunch of it. It's like all in the cracks of the floor and going down the drain and stuff. You might have some luck getting some off of Itchy's clothing.
What about my
Not
fur?
really.
Here you go.
Ew.
But not enough to make a full bottle. And I don't know if Ward told you or not, but he got himself a full bottle as well. So
I was just looking for a little more.
it's gonna be. Well, I'll let you do a nature check to try to gather it. So I'm sure you have plenty of empty healing flasks, don't you?
Yeah, we got like a bunch.
They're in my belly. Not the flask, but the potions. It'd be kind of awkward.
13.
You can get about half a bottle, so like one use of acid. But it'll take all night to boil out the impurities and stuff like that. So if you'd like to do that, you can set the Bunsen burner and all that stuff up to make that flask of acid if you'd like.
Okay.
And then anybody else before you'll take the long rest. All right. So y'all take the long rest. Or y'all gonna set up a watch or anything?
One python to one door.
Just lock the doors.
You're gonna python the door.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I'll sleep in front of it.
All right. All right. As y'all all lay down to go to sleep, even though Itchy just woke up, he still got so hurt and he's so exhausted. And you guys have noticed his white tunic that got kind of acid splattered underneath it. You see 3 exact symmetrical strips of blood across his gut, and you notice it for the first time, Itchy.
I thought I was a person.
Yeah. Do you raise your shirt up to look at it?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'll check it out.
Yeah, you raise it up, and it looks like the strips of the skin down all the way down to the muscle tissue was taken off in very specific sizes 3 times from your gut, and all you see is raw muscle underneath it.
I'm half the goblin I used to be.
Something that might be able to treat that from getting infected is a healer's kit, and I believe Jonathan
I've got one.
He's got one, and he can do a medicine check on you and probably get that healed up for you so you don't get infected. If you'd like to, that's up to him.
He's a goblin.
You rolled a 19 on the medicine check.
If Itchy allows you to do so, you will very easily clean in.
We'll offer. What do you say, Itchy?
Yep, I'll let you.
Hey,
All right. You're able to clean and dress his wounds so they won't be infected. It looks like you did a great job. There's like a little salve and everything in there. Salve.
yeah. I'll just put a little bit of this vial of this golden stuff in it. See what happens.
Put the black stuff in there. He's a goblin.
I'm goblin, not lab rat.
It's
There's a difference.
alive.
Okay, so what would y'all like to do during this long rest? Would you just want to sleep, or do you want to do something else?
Yeah, I think sleep's awesome.
All right. Do you pocket that surgical journal, or do you just leave it where it was?
Oh yeah, I take it. I put it with the other one with all the animal stuff.
Okay, so you're not going to look at it or anything.
I will when I wake up, but
Okay.
if I read now, I won't get any sleep.
So Slade's in front of the door. The bugbear's on the surgical table. I'm sure Itchy will just go back into his room and lay on his comfortable bed.
Probably that's what I do.
So where are you going to sleep, Ward?
I'm gonna check that other door and see if there's a bed there, and hope I don't die.
Okay, so the door you python, or the other door that
The door that Ichi didn't check, that I didn't check, that nobody checked, that was
it leads to a set of narrow stairs that go up.
okay. So I'm gonna close it back, python that one, and sleep on that door.
Okay. Well, that's where Slade was sleeping. But
So he's
now
sleeping
that,
on the door going out.
all right, as long as I have where everybody's at, that's cool. All right, so y'all are sleeping, and about halfway through the night, you feel that door behind you, Ward, kind of push in a little bit.
Is there a keyhole?
No, it's just like a pull ring.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't even look like there's a latch, a little bit of a latch. You just twist the ring, it lifts the latch up.
Right.
And you see the latch going on your side, going like this as the doorknob's being twisted,
Right.
and then trying to get pushed in. It's pretty slow and steady at first.
Yeah.
But then after about a minute, it becomes more frantic. The ring is moving and it's slamming a little bit more.
Is it waking any rest of us up?
I don't know. Give me perception checks.
Perception is +7. That would be a 24.
Yeah, you wake up on the table.
Can you not keep it down over there?
It's not me. It's somebody behind the
Trying
door.
to get my beauty rest here.
What about the rest of y'all? Y'all just gonna keep sleeping?
Well, I'm in another room, so
Oh yeah, you don't hear it anyway.
I cast Druidcraft,
Uh-huh.
which can make just the sound of an animal, and I'm going to attempt to try to make like an animal's blocking the door, and stay on the other side.
It doesn't seem to stop whatever it is from trying to get in. But then about 5 minutes after it all began, it stops.
Yeah.
Walk up there and pound on the door. Hey!
We'll
No,
probably check on that. Probably check on that monster later. I don't feel the need to open the door to look.
Yeah, you guys don't have the benefit of a long rest yet. Just so you know.
I do.
Yeah, 4 hours of transit for you. Yeah. But the rest of y'all need to go back to sleep. Well, the rest of the night passes without incident. Nothing else comes to that door behind you, Ward. You're up actually 4 hours before everybody else is.
Yeah.
Do you want to take the time to look at the book or anything?
Yeah. I'll do that.
As you're flipping through, a lot of it's in shorthand that apparently the person who writing it knows it. But you see the last entry. Well, no, it's not the last entry. You go back about 6 weeks, and you notice there's a passage in there real quick that says, "My assistant is becoming uneasy with my experiments. He does not agree with the method. he has become a liability, I will have to address this. And then
Sounds like motive.
you see other things about the bear was successful in full transformation. We'll continue to use this with the other ones. There was one about something similar about a deer. Um, there was one about he called it the squid that was unsuccessful and left just a terrible mutant. There was another one that talks about the willing volunteer who turned himself into a wyvern that he was able to grant different powers to.
Not
He was able to,
anymore.
he was able to surgically alter and change the volunteer into the wyvern, and it was a success. He decided it would be good for guarding because the intelligence had dropped dramatically.
What about a peacock or a scorpion?
Yeah, there was no mention of a scorpion, and the peacock was a failure. That's what he says.
Can't make beautiful mutants.
There's not a whole lot of information in it, but tell me what
Right.
you're looking for, and I'll tell you if you find something.
I'm looking for words similar to polymorph. Anything more on that?
Nothing. There doesn't actually appear to be anything about polymorph.
Okay.
It looks like everything is a more practical, with slight enhances through magical means.
All right. Then I would look for ingredients that was used to make these animals.
It appears most of it was surgical with some alchemical things like the acid.
Right.
There was one where they're able to take the essence of a black ooze, and it was able to he was able to use it to create something. He doesn't really go into it too much.
Right.
He mentions that it's too early in the transformation process to really note anything. He says that the fire fuel, was beneficial in strengthening the outer layers of the bear. And you're able to surmise that the golden yellow liquid is
Yep.
the fuel, and that black substance is the distilled and removed section of the black ooze. But there's not a whole lot more than that about ingredients in there.
What about scorpion? I'm looking for Agent Zero on the Scorn, that kind of thing.
No, there's nothing about scorpion or scorned in that book.
Anything mentioning like a master or a benefactor or like somebody's impatient, somebody's asking for results.
Not in the surgical. This seems more matter of fact. You know, it just seems more straight to the point.
Okay. Does it describe any of them, like the deer or the bear? Does it describe anything?
No. Just little things like grafted claws here, inserted ooze there, things of that nature. Grafted enhanced skin here, things like that.
It's more outline and instructions, and I was looking for more cliff notes. Got it.
Anything about goblin skin?
Yes,
Yeah,
actually, the very last
Yeah.
intro.
I was going to ask you about that, and I forgot.
It's about looking for the pliability and resilience of the goblin skin and how he may be able to use it in some other way, because a lot of goblins can carry diseases, but they aren't affected by them. So he was trying to figure out a way to test, and as he burned through each section of skin, he had to cut a new piece off of his subject.
Right. Now, obviously I don't know this, and I can't do back history, but Lady Alana, when the goblin exploded with poison onto her that infected her, is that something like that similar?
Well, since your character doesn't know anything about that, I can't really honestly tell you that.
Fair. It's fair.
That wasn't the F word it looked like he wanted to use.
I used fair. You can't say that I didn't. Can't prove it. Can't prove nothing.
Itchy.
Yep.
About 2/3 of the way through the night, you hear a message again. Itchy. It's scratchy.
Okay.
We've been marching. It looks like we've arrived at I think it's Sandara. It's a walled city, several tiers that goes up hundreds of feet. I think he's camping here. And then it cuts off. Then he comes back and says, "Sorry, I only have a limited amount of words I can use." Oh crap! I'm saying too much. Um, um,
Gibbersnot.
he left. He went southeast. He left a giant, and that's all you get.
Okay.
You can respond to it.
Who's he?
See, I'll do what I can. That's all I can say, really.
Okay. All right. You want to tell them that you heard from your cousin, or are you keeping that to yourself?
Yeah, I'll let them know what he said and said something about Pandora and
And you know that he was force marching your clan with
Right.
the Orok was force marching that clan along with the rest of the orcs, and the fact that he said something about a giant also.
right.
I'm gonna say, well, while we're on the subject of having voices in our head, Margaret sent me a message yesterday while I was getting my butt kicked that she misses her Fuzzy Wuzzy because he was a bear.
Anything else?
I'm gonna look at these rings that I got. Well, actually, the boxes. Sorry, I'm gonna open the boxes.
Okay.
So I don't know the rings that somebody didn't tell me.
You were dead the whole time. I had priorities.
You open up those boxes, and one ring with it's just a simple silver band.
Uh-huh.
The other one is an elegant gold band with a ruby inset on it.
I'm gonna put them on my
Yeah,
pinkies.
one of them protects you from fire, and one of them's a +1. At least
Yeah,
that's what
you're able to.
him/main person in the mage's tower said.
Yeah, you're able to determine that you get a little bit more armor class from one, and you're now resistant to fire as long as you have that ring on you. Did you put the black armor on, Johnny?
Yeah.
Okay.
But now I have the exact same armor class.
Do you? Well, at least it's not cut up and boogered up, and it is magical now. So I don't think your cool looking leather coat helped you escape things, though, did it?
Well, now that was just the coat. That wasn't my armor.
Okay. What about your armor? It didn't help you escape things either, did it?
No.
Well, getting hurt, it kind of helped that.
Oh, the leather duster is one of my ruses. It's got a fake alchemical formula on the inside of it.
Oh, I got you. So
And then my alchemical journal has the fake.
the rest of it's tattooed, right, on you? Somewhere?
The actual formula is tattooed on my arm.
Okay. So you keep the jacket on, though, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, if they get a hold of my alchemical journal and use it, all they're going to get is smoke, a lot of smoke. And if they use the alchemical formula that's on my jacket, it's going to make one heck of a stink bomb. And they won't be able to use that laboratory again for a while.
All right. So as you guys start to come awake, you see the bugbear fiddling with these rings on his finger. Slade, you pull out that box and you open it up, and you see it's a fine rod about 2.5 feet long. That's got looks like some engravings, some runes on it, and it's the rod of security. Which now that you're attuned to it, You notice that it's. I don't know. Do you personally know what the rod of security does, Johnny?
Yeah, I looked it up just after you told me. I had it.
So you know that it'll be very beneficial if things get really bad,
Yeah,
and you can take everybody with you when you use
right.
it. So
But then we come back right to where we left. So
yeah, hopefully whatever that danger was passes, because you can spend up to 2 months, I think, in it.
200 days divided by the
200
number of
days.
people.
200
Yeah.
days divided by the number of people you take. So if we all 5 of us go,
It's
we
40
could be there
days.
for
40 days.
40 days.
Yeah. Pretty awesome.
40 days and 40 nights.
I go pat Greg on the shoulder, point at the ring, and ask if he said yes to the dress.
Pat him on his head.
So, you guys are all awake. What would you like to do?
I guess we better go get Itchy out of his room.
Do you see this? Do you see this?
That's not the ring we're talking about.
We must go and find her.
I mean, yeah,
not
but
right
let's
now,
get,
but I mean,
let's
about-
get stronger first.
She's not hiding.
that's
You-
true.
she-
Let's take a while to get to her. Let's struggle.
You
Yeah,
hear
we-
them talk. You hear them talking about some girl when they walk into the room to wake you up, Itchy.
Yeah.
You have no idea what they're talking about.
Instead of waking him up, I walk to the mirror and look in it.
You see a fine reflection of yourself, sir.
Okay, sweet. Hey, I don't have a hole in my head. That's nice.
Couldn't tell.
I let Itchy know that something tried to break into the door beside him during the night because everybody else seemed to have woke up and heard that already. And say we're probably going to go investigate it if he's ready to go.
Okay, well, I'll follow.
Because you got to find your stuff, right, Chad?
Yeah, and I'm
We're
going.
we're assuming that
You're assuming
Yeah,
what?
is that the only door out?
that's the only
Yes.
one except for the one that we walked in.
Okay.
And Denon did mention to them that you have free reign to loot whatever you want from inside this tower before they raise it to the ground.
So
Anything that y'all want from this tower that you find, take it, he says. What do y'all want to do?
I'm going to the door and python it.
Okay.
I'm going to take
I'm going to put my pistols up. I'm going to put them in the backpack. Since I can't use them right now, I'm going to pull out the hand crossbow and the bolts.
Now remember, you got 20 bolts.
Yep, I know.
Reek.
Oh, you
All
took
right.
the python out and open the door.
Yep.
You see a narrow stone staircase that leads up and curves like it's going around the tower.
It's stone, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna look for footprints, not because I think there'll be footprints there, but if it's footprints in stone, that'll tell me something too.
You don't see any footprints.
Okay.
And there's no dust on these stairs either.
Making
At
sure
all.
there wasn't a hellhound. I lead the Greg to. You want to go first? I'll go behind you.
You said you lead me. I was like,
I will lead.
well, go ahead.
I'm fine. I'll go up.
I'll go up first.
To my seat.
All right, you going up?
Yeah, I'll go up first.
Okay. You go up, it feels like about 50 feet around these stairs, and they start to curl. And then it comes to a iron door.
Is there a keyhole?
There is a keyhole.
Does it appear trapped?
Could be an investigation check.
Let's see. I keep looking at 7, isn't it? Where did it go up? No, it's 3.
It's intelligence. Yeah, I was gonna say it's intelligence, not wisdom.
I fumbled. It's there. It's a door.
It doesn't appear to be trapped.
It's not trapped.
Yeah, you're very confident that it's not trapped.
Is it locked?
It is locked.
It's locked though. I'm gonna take my finger and stick it in there.
All right, give me a Constitution saving throw.
Awesome. Just straight Constitution.
Straight a Constitution saving throw.
Yes, that'd be +7 then. 25.
You feel a prick in your finger.
Ow.
I got pricked in my finger.
You were.
You see a needle worth of blood coming down your finger.
Ow.
Am I dead yet?
No,
Okay.
it just feels like you got pricked by a needle. Because you made the save.
I know. I got it. I'm like, does anybody got lockpicks?
I'm looking for a key. One of us has a key.
I think I have a key.
I know one of y'all has it.
I have nothing.
But I want to try the key first.
I don't have the key. I think Logan has the key then.
All right. What do y'all like to do? You got a locked door in front of you. You gonna try to break it down?
I'm going to ask Itchy. He's good at that kind of stuff. See if he can unlock it and tell him it's probably trapped because the bugbear's bleeding.
Well, if you can talk Slade into going back down to the lab and look for things to make a lockpick out of, he could probably do that with his tinkering skill.
Well, he does that and beat the door down.
But you have to be proficient with the pick for it to work, or any of y'all proficient with lockpicks?
God knows.
I can be.
You can be? What do you mean by that?
Because
I can have a divinity.
Oh,
can-
that's right. That's right.
and do it. Oh, Jesus.
You all right? Did you almost fall backwards? Blooper reel.
I don't trust the person that put this chair together this morning because it was me. And yes, just about fell out of it.
Well, look at his shirt, then look at the chair, and then look behind him.
I wonder if he's a Georgia Bulldog fan.
What's behind it? Oh, yeah, that too. You should see my other room. Hang on. Let me show you.
Oh my gosh!
Something like that. Well, hang on. That's made out of pea gravel from an aquarium.
Did you do that?
Gosh, no, I bought it. I think there's Georgia stuff. And this is just the stuff I've got out. There's like tons of stuff that's like.
In storage, right?
Yeah.
No, that's me.
No, it's in storage. It's just in storage here.
Okay, so back to the game. Are you gonna go try to make a set of lock picks?
I can try.
All right, give me. It's fine work. So use not intelligence, dexterity plus your tinker tools, which is proficiency. So dexterity plus proficiency bonus, sir.
Okay.
I give you guidance on that.
Oh wait, I don't think as a druid you can.
I have guidance. Yeah, that's one of my spells.
So give him guidance then.
Okay.
Or don't.
Add a D4. Add a D4 to your roll, Johnny.
He got a D4.
It's like Druidcraft and Guidance was the first two spells I took.
And I guess I got pickled eggs.
Ew, gross.
Okay, so that's
That
going to
looks-
be 18 total.
You make a pretty good set of lock picks, to be honest with you. Surprising even yourself. You took apart the rack and stuff where the flat the. Why can't I remember what those things are called?
The flasks?
No, they're called something else.
Oh, you talking about the
The
beakers?
test tube
Beakers.
beakers. Yeah.
Beakers.
Good lord.
Beakers.
You take off the rack where the beakers were on, and you take the metal off of that, and then you take the metal off of a couple of the the utensils that he had hanging on the wall, and you make a pretty serviceable lockpick, and then you hand it over to Itchy. Itchy, you got a lot. You got a set of lockpicks now, brother.
All right. I will channel divinity and for the lock pick.
I'd guidance with that too, unless he freezes up and leaves.
All right. And I will pick the lock.
Add a D4 to it. You got guidance.
And that's a big old 9.
With the D4,
Yep.
it takes you probably 45 minutes
I could have break the door down by then.
fiddling with it. And as you're trying to fiddle with it, the reason why you're not successful, Greg starts hitting it with his hand. So it's every time you're going to try to lock it, he's going, and he's like, ah.
Well, that's what I said when he was down there making the lockpick. I was going to go ahead and beat the door down.
So he tells you to stop beating on the door while he's trying to pick it. So he gets to roll again. Does he get guidance again?
Yeah.
Well, I rolled a 16 that time.
All right, you're able to pick the lock, and you see what poked his finger. It was like a needle mechanism that had a vial of poison that just seemed not to affect him at all.
Was there any more poison in it, or?
No, it's empty. It spent its load. It spent its load all in him, and it was useless.
That's what she said.
Oh, no. Okay. As you open up the door, this appears to be some kind of library. There is several places to sit. There looks like a pretty lovely looking tea station on a cart, and there are books and shelves that line the entire room. That looks like there's no other door in this room. But it looks like there's a fireplace with a fire crackling in it. There's the little tea cart, and you can see steam coming out of it, out of the teapot. And there's several chairs, but there's books everywhere.
Shall we have a cup of tea? And maybe some
Somebody's waiting
biscuits?
for us. If the tea's warm, I'd be worried about that.
Is there any maps?
You'd have to investigate the bookshelves.
All right.
You looking specifically for maps?
Yeah. From like that walled city.
Sure. Sindara.
Yep. And let's see, that was that's a 17.
Yeah, as you kind of walk into the room, you notice that there's a whole 8-foot tall bookshelf. It's pretty narrow. It's about 3 feet wide and 8 foot tall. And the shelves are all varied because there are maps on this. There's a shelf that's nothing but rolled maps stacked kind of haphazardly. Then it looks like he's got several atlases. None of them are labeled. But as you crack it open, a couple of them, you see one that almost is hello,
Suspiciously.
mouth. No, exclusively maps of cities, of the cities of Kull. And you see the very first city in there is a city called Ankara. And you're a goblin, but you're a very intelligent goblin because of what you do. Do you know that Ankara is the major trading desert city, far, far, far to the east? And then as you search through, you remember what Scratchy said, that he thought it was Sindara, and you turned to Sindara, and it kind of peaked, like, you know what Sindara is, but as you open it up, you notice it's a 5-tiered city that is carved out of the side of what's known as the precipice or the cliffs, which is a giant stone wall that goes from one side of the Sea of Coal all the way to the other. And Sindara was a port city there that was built and carved out of the side of the mountain. They're also the kingdom that this 9 Towers was originally founded in was Sindara. And Sindara gave them the land to build this city. So as you look at it, yes, there is a map of Sindara there. All right, so that's what you find in the maps. You find it looks like every major city in Cole. You have now an atlas for it if you'd like it.
Okay. Well, looking at it going southeast, what would be possibly
Southeast is
the destination?
looks like nine. It looks like Nine Towers. Nine Towers is the next major city to the southeast of Sindara.
Okay. I'll put this out to the party.
So Itchy tells y'all that through his message with Scratchy that it looked like Ulrock um, is heading southeast towards heading towards Nine Towers, but it doesn't appear to be bringing his army with him.
Well, we need to take care of Shadow Shield anyway. I want to look for secret doors, by the way.
Roll for investigation, please.
Yes, sir.
That will be a 21.
Yeah, you find a section that's directly across from the door that y'all came in, which is beside the fireplace. You feel there's the books all there are real books, but you look at there's a candlestick that's not lit that's on top of the mantle of the fireplace, and you're reaching around in the books and you put your hand up there and it gives way, but it's attached to the wall and you hear chunk and that door goes just comes loose. The whole bookcase kind of comes loose and it swings a little bit out towards you. You look behind that and it's another set of stairs, narrow stone stairs that lead up.
I'm going to watch the door then.
All right. Anybody else want to investigate the books or anything in this room?
I want to look specifically for books with Alacara, Doria,
Darovia or Darova. I'm sorry.
or Alanari. And having wrote this down for the first time, I kind of get where the Alanari name comes from now.
So
I didn't write it down until now.
you look around and you don't really see anything concerning the Alanari or that specific individual.
Right.
But that doesn't really surprise you because even the monks at the monastery of Bahamut that you stayed at,
Yep.
there was no mention of anything in those libraries either. It's almost like that entire race, the Daranor race, and that individual were stricken from records.
Get that. Then I'm going to look for the oldest books that I can find and get a couple of those.
Give me an investigation check.
Eight.
All right. You find one or two old books, and they're written in a. Well, you speak Draconic, don't you? You read and write and speak Draconic.
Yep.
It looks like Draconic, and you know that traditionally Draconic is the language of magic and dragons.
Right.
And these look like old histories of dragons and giants and some of the gods. It looks really well thumbed through, like they've been read a lot. But you got a couple of books that are written in Draconic that catch your interest.
Okay.
You also walk by a shelf that's nothing but black leather bound thin books from the 8 feet at the very top all the way to the bottom. They're all the same book, it looks like.
I'd have to look at those and see if it compares to the ones that I've got.
All right, so you pull one out and it looks like to be a ledger, and there's animal names and numbers beside them. And there's literally 500 of these books.
Is there numbers beside the animals?
There is.
I'm just going to look. What are the numbers? Is it like high numbers? Is it
Just randomly, it seems like the more common the animal, the higher the number. Like bear and deer both have high numbers, but stuff like the squid and some of the other ones, like the peacock, the numbers are not as high.
do the squid still have numbers beside it because Warren said it was failures on his. So is other places it not?
They're in the single digits. When you see an entry for a squid, it's in the single digits.
Okay.
The highest number that you see is 4 for that. But every one of these pages has the animals listed.
Okay. I'm gonna take a couple from the top, couple from the bottom with me and put in my bag of holding.
Okay.
If I can't take them all.
All right, Slade, your turn to investigate if you'd like to. Anything in particular you're looking for?
Honestly, no, I can't really think of anything. I mean,
You just want to do just a general investigation to see if you
Just
find
general.
anything cool? Sure.
yeah. No. Is there anything in here made of lead? That's what I want to find. I want to find. Let's see if I can find some lead.
Okay.
And let's see here now. That's 14.
Yeah. There is the fire tools, the poker and the shovel and the brush and all that stuff. That's all made of lead. It's all lead painted black. So you probably have about between all that 8 pounds of lead between all that.
All right.
You also, with that investigation check, as you're picking up the lead, you're leaning down and one of the bookshelves, something catches your eye. It's like it's a real thick tome. It's probably 6 inches thick, and about 8 inches high. And it's written, the title's written in Gnomish, and it says Fibbledink's Guide to Clockwork Beings.
Okay.
You want to pick it up or you want to leave it there?
I'll take a look at it.
All right.
Take it with me. We'll take a look at it.
All right. You're going to take a look at it or just pack it away and look at it later?
Look at it later.
All right. So you pack it away. And it's, like I said, it's about this tall, this wide. It's got a hard wooden type cover. It's got brass bindings on the spine and the pages. There are a lot of pages in this book. They're all thin, almost tissue type pages. But as you take, and as you just do a casual flip through as you're putting it in, there looks like there's schematics, diagrams, recipe lists, all kinds of just cool stuff in this thing.
Look at the eyes and see if iron golems are in there.
All right, so you put it away.
I'm gonna put it away.
All right. So everybody's done their investigation check. You found that there's a passageway leading out. Anything else you'd like to do in this room? All right, then. Who goes first? Give me a marching order. All right. Same as it was before with Greg, Ward, Itchy, Brain Part, and then Slade at the back.
Right.
All right. This stairway also goes up, it feels like another 50 feet, and it curls around, and it comes to another wooden door this time. It does not have a lock. It has that ring, like the one at the bottom. It opens up. You can feel the latch go chink on the other side,
Okay. Open it.
and you push it in. And as you push it in, this looks like some sort of. It's not like a library. It's more like a study where there's some books in here, not a lot. There's a small table where it looks like he took his meals. There's what appears to be a small kitchen. There's a very large carpet that separates the chair and where the kitchen is, and then on the opposite of where you're at, through this comfortable looking room with like there's stuffed creature heads all along the wall, and then there's a door opposite of where you came in at.
I'm gonna look at everybody and say, "Don't walk on the carpet."
I'm gonna say why.
A feeling I have. I hear a voice in my head.
Is it Margaret?
saying, Greg, don't walk on the carpet. Because these heads will shoot firebolts at you.
Is there a Foot Locker in there?
You would like to make an investigation check?
Yes, please.
All right.
17.
As you're looking around for a Foot Locker, avoiding the carpet, I'm assuming, since he said to avoid the
He
carpet.
said do it. Be silly to
A couple
ignore it.
thing, a couple thing catches your eyes. You notice that the creatures' heads on the walls are not like deer or bear or anything that you would normally see in like a hunting lodge. They are mutant, malformed creatures that he has mounted. There's some that have the head of a human with the ears of a donkey. I mean, it's just a bunch of weird.
So would it be trophies or failed experiments? Could I get that from looking at it?
Give me an insight check.
Okay, at least I got a higher number on that one. I have a +7 on the inside,
8.
and that would be a 9.
Oh, 9.
I would say that you could. Maybe it's a situation to where they're reminders of why he needs to keep working harder to do what he wants to do.
Oh, I get you. Yeah.
Now, do we know who done this?
Yeah, you have a pretty good idea. It was Wernos, the evocation schoolmaster.
He's pretty much the one that did that to you. You remember that anyway, right?
Yeah, you do remember vaguely seeing his face as he was pulling meat off of your body.
I'm going to the kitchen and eat.
You're gonna walk to the kitchen. You have to walk on the carpet to get to the kitchen.
I can jump over it. No. Okay, then.
You want to walk on the carpet?
No, I do not.
Are you sure?
Yes.
You smell delicious food in the kitchen.
No.
Give me a wisdom saving throw.
The DM is not going to force me to walk in. Well, he might. Who knows?
Go ahead, Dave. You can take the carpet.
2. All right, that is a 18 plus 2, 20. Hi, you're not making me walk on that carpet.
You feel like even though that food smells really good in the kitchen, the risk of walking on that carpet is just not high enough. All right. You're still doing investigation. You're looking for a Foot Locker. That's just things that you saw as you walk and looking for that.
Oh yeah.
As you look around,
One?
no, that was high enough. As you look around, you notice that there's a. It looks like a crawl space on the next to the chair and the table, and it's got a little ring on it. And you pull it open, and it looks like there's several boxes that are stashed in this crawl space. Do you pull them out?
Yep, I would.
As you pull them out, you notice there's a big black that looks like a steamer trunk. And you pull that to the side, and then there's 2 other small leather-bound boxes that are roughly 2 feet high and 2 feet long. You pull those out, and you see what looks like a soft leather bag that's about a 4-foot-long bag, and it's really heavy. You're going to need help pulling this out.
I asked Greg for help.
Well, if you quit helping evil people and giving away our stuff, then we'll be better prepared.
I'll try.
All right. Do you help him pull the bag out?
I was just giving him help. Yeah.
Not my emotional baggage. This
As you're pulling the bag out, you hear metal clanking in the bag, and here you have these 2 smaller 2-foot boxes, 1 larger steamer trunk, and now this big leather bag. There's nothing else in that crawl space.
Okay.
Beat
I'm
up
gonna open it
leather
up.
bag.
I think eat your stuff.
Which one are you opening first?
The big leather bag.
You open up the big leather bag, and you feel cold come from it, and you see like a little mist fall of it. And as you start to reveal stuff, it looks like it's a full set of plate armor that's colored black with frost emanating off of it.
Well, how big is it?
Frost.
Does anybody have detect magic or anything, or identify or any of that stuff?
Ichi does.
I think I'm going to identify.
Okay.
I can cast identify on it, or I can do Arcana.
Can you do identify as a ritual?
That I don't know.
I
That
think
way
as a knowledge cleric you can.
Probably can, but let me look.
That way you don't burn a spell slot.
Right. Well, could the body not do like Arcana?
You could try Arcana. The only thing is that with identify you would definitely know. With Arcana you might know. I just want to say I love this fall weather right now. I love it.
Yesterday was a perfect day.
It was beautiful, wasn't it? The
Yeah.
day we went to the aquarium was fantastic.
Yeah, I could use a ritual for that.
Yeah, would you like to, or do you want to wait?
Yeah,
Do you
I'll
want to wait
do
until
that as a ritual.
do you want to wait until everything is pulled out of these bags before you do that, or do you want to go ahead and do it
Yeah.
now?
Yeah, let's look everything over first.
Okay. So as you pull this black armor all the way out, you can tell that it is enchanted just by pulling it out, Ward, because it's cold to the touch. It looks like knowing magical weapons and magical armor, if you put it on, it'll fit. It'll shape its size to you once you become attuned to it. So any one of y'all who are adept at wearing metal armor, plate armor, can wear it.
Okay.
All right.
And I think we
There's
should
no-
take a break right there.
Oh, yes. Let's take a break right there before we start digging into these fantastic boxes. So see you here in a minute.